Coronavirus happened in the year 2020 and it took the world by storm. So many people may be wondering what other viruses have occurred, and is COVID the most deadly of them all? This virus that we face now is not as deadly as other viruses have been in history. In today's video, we'll talk about the 5 most fatal diseases in history. Do you know about the most lethal disease in history that only happened to males and Queen Victoria was its carrier? No? Then stay with us till the end of the video to find out about this disease. Number 5. Plague. The plague was one of the deadliest diseases, which started during the reign of the Roman Empire when Justinian was in command. The reason behind the cause of this disease was grains were transported from Egypt to Rome. The porters didn't notice that disease-causing mice got into the ship carrying those grains. The mice fed upon the grains, and when the port reached Rome, the mice spread across the town. Though scientists understood how the plague was caused, they were unable to control it. The plague destroyed about 1/3 of the world's population. The plague didn't end there. It came back after some years and destroyed the whole Roman Empire. When the plague started spreading for the second time, it remained for about 2 decades and killed 5,000 people per day. In the late 70s, the advanced trait of plague again started spreading, but this time it attacked London. The plague was now known by different names depending upon which system they attacked in the human body. The most common plague, known as the bubonic plague, washed away millions of people by its end. Just like today, quarantine was the only option in front of people to save themselves and others. People were so frightened by witnessing the deaths of their loved ones that they painted on their doors, "God, please have mercy on us." We notice the mention of plague in many plays and books written in those times. Number 4. Syphilis. The disease came into recognition for the first time in 1495. It started when the French army returned after the victory and celebrated it with some infected sex workers. In the beginning, no one knew anything about this disease, but later people started calling it the French disease because people in Europe rarely knew anything about syphilis. Syphilis was caused in a person who had multiple sexual contacts, and when one came in contact with an infected individual. We did not feel we should discuss sexual problems. That's why there was no cure for the disease for so long. Many types of research were done related to this disease, which revealed that syphilis could be transmitted genetically to one's offspring. Many people died because of this disease till the beginning of the 20th century, when a scientist discovered its cure, which is now called chemotherapy. He also found a drug for syphilis, which became the most-selling drug in history and controlled the fatality rate. Number 3. Smallpox. Smallpox is one of the deadliest diseases caused in history and killed almost 30% of people who had it. The disease was caused due to Ebola virus. Symptoms were headache, high fever, and liquid poxes all over the body. The people who survived smallpox had scars left in their bodies. The disease was caused through the air from the sneeze or cough of the infected. Not only the sneeze and cough, but the fluid-filled pox got all over the blanket in bed, ready to infect the new host. Smallpox was killing the locals, but colonizers were also caught in its grip. Their immune system was not ready to fight the new virus. That's why most of the colonizers suffered from smallpox, and many of them died because of it. History even says that George Washington did not lose as many men in the Revolutionary War as much as he lost to smallpox. Scientists look for smallpox's cure day and night when one of the scientists tried the cowpox vaccine on the person suffering from smallpox. Since then, people are vaccinated with this discovery as the cure for smallpox. Therefore, smallpox cases are rarely seen nowadays. Like our list so far? Why not support us by subscribing and liking the video? Now on to number 2. Yellow fever. We know mosquitoes can be dangerous when it comes to spreading diseases. Yellow fever is one of the deadliest diseases spread by mosquitoes. Symptoms of yellow fever are high body temperature, chills, and in severe cases it includes bleeding, organ failure, which ultimately causes death. Though we have a cure for yellow fever today, it was not the case in the 1880s when France had significant construction. France lost many workers during this construction, after which they decided to halt the construction in between. After many years of research, scientists found that yellow fever was caused by mosquitoes that bred in standing water. They drank the water from standing water and lay eggs there. To save people from getting malaria or yellow fever, all the swamps and dams were dried up in the town. A vaccine was introduced, after which the pending instruction was resumed. Number 1. Hemiophilia. Hemiophilia is a bit different from other diseases on the list. It is not transmitted, but it is inherited. Do you know what the most interesting part is? The disease only happened to men, but females are the carriers of this trait of disease. Hemophilia is also called the royal disease because Queen Victoria was its carrier. In hemophilia, a person's body cannot form blood clots, causing victims to bleed to death from minor wounds. Queen Victoria's 1 son and 3 grandsons died due to excessive bleeding from minor injuries. So we come to the end of our list. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of our next video. Thanks for watching.